Hello, it is me again, Danica. So today in Southeast Texas, it's very warm. It's going to get to about 80 degrees, I think they said, which is why I'm wearing what I just normally wear, my little strappy tops and cotton pants. That's what I always wear. And then tomorrow, of course, it's going to be like 55 again. The weather here is so bipolar. So I missed a question on my last video. So I decided to scrounge together a bunch of questions again and try to remedy that. I'm so sorry, Adio, that I missed your question, but I'm going to get to it now. So Adio, he wants to know, what is the worst experience with a producer or talent? That's a little scary to answer because I don't want them to know. But I'm not going to mention names or locations, but not too long ago I was shooting with a male talent, and his producer slash male talent friend, I don't know. But the reason it was the worst, one of the worst, was just because of the lack of communication. We did not go over what was actually going to happen, and it's partly my fault because I didn't research them, I didn't ask questions, I just kind of took the situation for what it was and assumed it was just going to be another general scene. I was wrong. The scene went okay. The camera guy handed the camera to the talent, and I wasn't aware this was going to happen, and he ended up finishing the scene, if that makes sense. I did not know that was going to happen. In the moment, I felt violated, but looking back now and knowing how these people do their scenes, I just didn't know what was going to happen. That's just how they do their scenes, and it's in every single video that they've done. I have to blame myself for not researching the company or the people, I guess. I really don't know what to call it. But I mean, also, they could have been a little more thorough in their explanation of what was happening. In their defense, we did go over what I am comfortable with and what I am not comfortable with and what I usually do and don't do and all that stuff. You'd think they would have thrown in that little tidbit at the end there, but I was very taken off guard. And so that has to be one of the worst, just because of that whole situation. Otherwise, I did not have a terrible time. Steven would like to know, do I get paid royalties? No. Not on the professional stuff, I don't. If you find me on a professional website, I'm not getting royalties. I got paid a lump sum in the beginning before I did the scene, and then that's it. They get paid the royalties every time somebody purchases a membership to see content that I and other girls have created. That's how that works. My own content that you see on my sites, those I get paid for each view, so I guess it's kind of like a royalty. Yeah. So Stephen also wants to know, how do I separate porn intercourse from marriage intercourse? Really the only thing that's a common factor is penetration. that's it. Otherwise, they really are completely different. There is absolutely no passion, there's no intimacy, there's really no feelings involved in porn at all. With like my husband, that's all present. That's all there. There's passion, there's intimacy, there's love. It's completely different. And personally, I like marriage sex better. Paul says, asks if I have ever been addicted to drugs or alcohol like many other porn stars. First of all, no. I don't have addiction issues. I've never even taken a drug in my life, and I don't drink. I just don't like it. It's also quite a stereotype that all talent in the industry is addicted to something. Yes, there are a few who have either had alcohol problems or issues with drug dependency or something like that. But it's not like we're all snorting coke before a scene or anything. We even have to sign paperwork saying that we are sober and we are, doing this under our own volition so that they don't get sued, the companies. And also, sometimes we even have to make little videos saying, yes, I'm sober. Yes, I know what I'm doing. Yes, I consent to all of this. So, it says in our contracts that if we are high or if we are under the influence of anything, intoxicated at all, we will not be allowed to perform and will be sent home without pay that day. So yeah, we don't usually do drugs. The industry doesn't allow it anymore. Trevor wants to know if I prefer showers or bubble baths. If I'm in a hurry, I will just jump in the shower. But what I prefer is sitting in a nice hot bath. It's more relaxing, it's more enjoyable. Usually I only do that when there's nobody else around, so it's quiet and nobody bothers me. So I really enjoy bubble baths, and I have a really big garden tub, so that helps. Let's see. Somebody named Abu. He wants to know, do I have children? Yes, I do. I talk about them a little bit on my Twitter occasionally, but I'm not going to go into detail here. So, Christoph Gaming, he wants to know if I have ever done a scene that I wasn't comfortable with. So in the beginning of this video, I was explaining about the, worst experience with producer or talent. That was the most uncomfortable, but I was made uncomfortable after the fact, because I didn't know what was happening. But going into a scene that I knew I was uncomfortable with, yes, there has been one. And I still did the scene and I pushed through, and I would probably do another one. But the scene was a stepmom scene. It just feels really weird to me because I do have kids. I don't have stepkids, but I do have kids. And so it was a little too close to reality for me. But we made it certain, there were certain aspects of it that were absolutely not anywhere near reality. So I kind of focused on that, and it helped push me through the scene. Christoph also wants to know what is my favorite movie. I don't know. I have a lot of favorites, and it really depends on the type of mood I'm in. But I like I like anything from like the 80s. So Breakfast Club, Pretty in Pink. Um, what's that other one? 16 Candles. I also like Goonies, Neverending Story, Princess Bride, uh, Labyrinth, Fifth Element. Like any of those from the 80s. Those were always my favorite. And I will watch them over and over again, even now. So I love those. So he also would like to know what do I find attractive in a man? I used to think that was a hard one to answer because there are so many aspects and every guy is so different. But really what seems to attract me most is eyes. I love a pair of pretty eyes. That's what gets my attention. Also, if they have a really nice smile with super clean teeth, because I'm a freak about oral hygiene. Like clean and white. I love clean white teeth. So if their smile is radiantly beautiful, that also captures my attention. What holds my attention is a sense of humor. So if he can make me laugh, I mean, it's not hard to make me laugh, but if a guy can make me laugh, then he's definitely got an into my heart. No, but definitely a guy with a sense of humor, somebody who is not like all down and sad all the time, because I can't handle that kind of mental attitude. I can't deal with that. Also, I like somebody who's happy, just in general. And one thing I can't stand is smokers. I don't like smokers. So anybody who's like a womanizer or just like hates women in general, I can't stand those kind of people either. So I drive for Uber and Lyft on the side occasionally. And I picked up this one guy. It's a much older gentleman. Now, granted, he had a couple beers in him. So I guess maybe he was speaking more freely than he normally would. We can all hope that's the case. But man, he hated women so much in everything that he said. And he did it like backhandedly. So he was complimenting me for being a working woman and contributing income to my family, instead of just sitting at home like regular women do, mooching off of my husband. So he was single, of course. He cannot stand women who decide to stay home and not work. He says taking care of children is not a job. That most women who want to stay at home just stay home to sit on their rears and watch TV and eat all the food that his money bought and cheat, apparently. He threw that in there too. And I'm just like, wow, that's kind of crazy, because I used to stay home all the time and just watch my kids. I didn't do much else than that. And I was definitely not a moocher, so yeah, that kind of person I really, really could not deal with. I have so many Uber stories. I should probably make another video just telling y'all stories about my 5 years of driving Uber and Lyft. Some crazy stuff has happened. So I'm not going to go into that in this video because this is a question and answer video. So hopefully I answered those questions. Um, if you want to ask me more, you can go ahead and comment down in the comments of this video, or you can email me, or you can Twitter me, or you can Instagram me. Yeah, so that's it. Until next time. Bye.